My name is Chloe.
And I'm Tineke, and we are the founders of 5 Times More. Together, we work to improve outcomes for Black maternal health in the UK. I had preeclampsia, which wasn't found out on time. I was hearing a lot of other Black mums' experiences. Almost everybody had a really bad story, a really negative experience. And together we were like, yeah, let's shout about this. Let's do something about this.
As a mum myself, I can't wait to learn more about these history makers who are working to ensure safe delivery for Black mums and babies.
When we started 5 Times More, Black women were 5 times more likely to die in pregnancy, childbirth, and 6 weeks after compared to their white counterparts.
I felt like we just needed to do something.
Here you've got our 6 recommended steps. Seek a second opinion, speak up, have an advocate, trust your gut. So we're trying to empower women with our instructions.
From the very beginning of maternity care, women know that they can speak up.
It's all about giving them a voice.
It's really been very important in helping me to make decisions about my care.
Health professionals know the statistics, but the general public aren't aware of this evidence, and by raising the profile, it makes them aware of their risk factors.
Women want to be listened, but they also want to be heard, and that's one thing we always echo, women want to be heard.
Well, we're joined by 5 Times founders, Tineke Awe and Chloe Abbey, and also alongside them, supporter of the campaign, actress and singer Michelle Gale. Lovely to have you all with us this morning.
Thank you.
Tineke, thank you for joining us. It's sort of exceptional, the situation that the two of you found yourself in, just in terms of wanting to change these statistics. 5 times more is extraordinary. That's already changing, which is the first bit of positive news, isn't it?
That's correct, yes. So in 2018, when we found out about the statistics, it was 5 times more, and it's changed in the past couple of years down to 4 times. It's amazing that it's gone down, but we still have to remember it is 4 times, and we still have a lot of work to do, but we will obviously celebrate the fact that it's gone down just a little bit.
Chloe, why is it so much higher?
Well, we actually don't know.
Yeah.
We are dying from the same thing that white women are dying from. So it's not like because we are Black, we're dying from, just say, preeclampsia, and they're not, we're dying from the exact same thing. And we actually done a research and report in May that we launched to show why are we dying more. And most of the reason is because we are not being listened to. That's what came up a lot of the time.
Gosh.
Tineke, is that your experience?
Absolutely. When I gave birth to my son in 2017, I had preeclampsia, so obviously that's quite life-threatening for mum and for baby. And it led me to be induced. It was found out quite late, actually, in my pregnancy. And I wasn't listened to when I was saying, look, I'm in pain, can someone check me over?
So what, you literally were going to, what, your doctor and saying I'm in pain, or
By this point, I was in the hospital.
Right.
Yeah, I was in the hospital. And, yeah, no one seemed to believe that I could potentially actually be in labour, because when you're induced, they say it takes about 24 hours, you know, for the hormones to kick in, and mine actually started just a couple of hours, after, so...
Michelle, I mean, clearly the campaign is hugely important and the girls have already made a difference and, you know, even it's changed, it's got to come down further, but that's a huge advantage and a real positive. But when you hear Tineke talk about the fact that she felt like she was being ignored, what's your experience of that? Because I think it was your sisters went through a similar thing.
My sister went through a very similar thing where she wasn't being listened to, and in fact, she ended up calling me, and I had to speak to the nurses for her on the phone just to say, listen to my sister. I've been there. I almost died when I gave birth to my first child. And at that point, I knew nothing about the statistics, you know. And it's just when you go back, you realise that could have been me, and I just wanted to highlight their work. The fact that we've got it down to 4 times is terrible, but it means that they are making a difference, and the more people know, the more we can learn, the more we can save lives.
Why did the midwives listen to you on the phone rather than your sister who was on the bed and needed help?
Well, unfortunately, my sister had to say, my sister is Michelle Gale, and she will go on Twitter and she'll, you know, she literally had to blackmail them. And once they spoke to me and knew she was telling the truth, her care changed immediately.
That is terrifying, isn't it? Because, you know, we know that there are incredible midwives and incredible nurses. Is this pure racism?
I think it's unconscious bias. I think there's a belief that Black women are strong, that they don't feel so much pain, that the pain threshold is higher for a Black person. I remember a dentist telling me similar, you know, the pain threshold for a black person is much higher, which is complete myth. It's not based in any science whatsoever. It's a perception. And so that's why this work is important, because you're telling all those practitioners that is just not true. If a black woman says she's in pain, she must be listened to. She hasn't got a higher threshold. She hasn't got a higher threshold than a white counterpart, and something will be wrong.
So, Chloe, what's the future? I mean, you've made a great strides already. There's still a long way to go, but what's the plan?
So the plan is to help more women. So we've got a learning hub coming out very, very soon, where we have advice for black and black birthing people on there with expert advice as well and information. And we have our learning Here to Learn badges that we give out to health professionals. So we train health professionals, hospitals, and we have our wallets that you saw in the video as well. So we want to make sure everyone is aware of what we do, all the health professionals are aware of what we do, and all the women are empowered and that they're able to advocate for themselves during pregnancy.
Well, it's absolutely extraordinary. Thank goodness that you're doing what you're doing and you're highlighting it, because it will save lives, potentially.
Which is priceless.
Thing,
you're making history. That's the point of our Black History Celebration month. That we want the women and the men that are making history right now, you are changing lives and saving lives. So thank you for that as well. If people want to find out more about the campaign, where can they find out about it?
They can go to our website, which is www.5xmore.com, and follow us on socials, Instagram and Twitter.
There you go.
So nice to see. So nice to meet you, and
Thank
so nice
you.
to see you.